to Crafty Sheila's. I'm Belle and Loz is with me. And today we thought we'd do a bit of a whip and chat. So first of all, welcome everybody. We've had a heap of new subs thanks to the wonderful Shay. And we just want to say welcome to everyone who's new and welcome back to everyone who's coming back to watch us. First of all, how is everybody? How are you, Loz?
Oh, yeah, plodding along. Loving the cooler weather. That is the start,
nice. It's so nice to have some cooler weather for a change. I'm hoping everyone else everywhere in the world is having as nice as weather as we are at the moment. It's beautiful. Then tell me, what are you working on, Loz?
Still on Cat and Fairy. I really haven't done any. I've done a bit today. Like I've got a fair bit of the fairy done today. Yeah, I haven't done much over the last week or so. I've kind of been focusing on my crochet. And it's just, I'm almost at the end of my blanket, so it was a bit too big for me to bring in and do it for the whip and chat today. But I'm going to start a new project soon, so probably in the next whip and chat I'll be able to start off that one with you guys. So that'll be fun.
That would be so good. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
You can finish it soon. You'll have to send me a pic and I can add it to the video so everyone can see what you've made.
It's hilarious. It's taken me 2 years to get to the point where I'm at. It's big enough for a queen size bed, and I've probably done the easiest stitch, but it takes a lot of time to do it.
Yeah.
So it's not as simple as just whipping up a granny square or doing a corner to corner. It's a little bit technical, but I'm liking it. It looks nice.
Oh, good. And at least you've timed it well that you're finishing it in our winter, so you'll actually be able to use it.
Well, don't get too excited. I might get back into diamond painting and it might wait another year just to finish the last colour in the border.
Well, then you'll finish it for next year, so it's totally fine. Oh, very good. Well, I thought I'm almost finished the Haunted Halloween Library that's come from Dreamer Designs. I've got 6 squares to go, but it's just getting so big and heavy. I thought I can't do it on the table in a whip and chat. It's just too hard.
Yeah.
So I thought instead I would open a lovely little PaintGem, and I thought I'd give one of these a whirl and see what they're like. So I'm starting on my first one, and while I was waiting for Loz to finish up with the kids and the car and all the rest of it, I made a start. So I'm really enjoying it. It's quite nice, actually.
Which set are you working on?
The National Parks edition, and according to the back, the picture I'm doing is called Hot Springs.
Hot Springs. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm probably about a third of the way through already, which is quite cool, maybe a quarter. But yeah, no, it's not a bad little kit, actually.
Oh, good. How are you finding the drills and all that?
The drills are really nice. I'm going to see if it's just this one or maybe just this kit. I'm finding the glue is probably a little bit slippery, but it's not bad. I think, if I left it out a little bit, it'd probably be okay. I've only just pulled it out and then started working on it. So we'll see how it goes, but not bad.
Nice. That's good.
I haven't had any trash drills yet, so I'm doing better than some of the diamond art clubs and Dreamer Designs that I've been doing lately.
Oh, goodness. I think I showed you last time what my trash drills look like for this one, because I had to throw out so many 310s. It was ridiculous because they're all joined together. And no matter what I did, I could just not separate them. So,
yeah, I've been noticing 310 is really, really bad for the older Diamond Art Club kits. And also I've noticed for the Dreamer Designs one that I'm doing. So bad.
It's a square though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've heard that the squares are really bad. But the rounds are all right. So.
Yeah, for the rest of the squares, like the colours, it's actually been fine. So I think it's mainly just the really dark ones. But yeah, same thing. It's, I don't know, it's like they're oily or something, like they're all stuck together and it's not great.
It makes it frustrating.
It does. And it slows you down and you just can't like multi-place. You can't do anything with it because it's all just a mess.
Yeah.
But I took my kid over to my dad's last week, which I'll tell you a bit more about why in a minute.
Yeah.
And I ended up like, we never have cash these days. Like, you know, I don't know about the rest of the world, but Australia is pretty much a cashless society these days.
Oh, very close. Yeah.
Yeah. And like everyone sort of talks about the fact of, you know, if your drills are stuck together like that, just put a coin in there and give it a good shake. And I'm like, I don't have a coin. So I went over to my dad's and my dad's like, I think I've got 1 5-cent piece. I'm like, oh, can I have it for this, please?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a bit of a joke.
Trying to cash around because of the Tooth Fairy. You know, she brings some cash and those sort of things. So we do tend to have a coin, but I've never thought of the coin. I stick things back into the containers and shake it until I get cranky. I tried that and
this wasn't working, and that's why I thought I've got to try the coin. And look, it helped. It didn't completely do it as well as, you know, everyone else makes it out online. Maybe I'm just not doing it right, or I had the wrong container, or I don't know. No, I don't know also whether there's a difference in the thickness of the coins with the US or something, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it helped. I was able to at least get a few more out. I didn't have to throw quite so many away. It was a little less frustrating. So I'm going to call it a win.
Yeah, I was a bit like that with mine, but I can tell you that these trays that I got from Fantasy Sparkles, they because they have that little bit at the end there. I don't know if you can see that. It catches all the bits at the end, and so all the ones that were stuck together, I was able to really separate them quite easy, which it was a bonus. I tell you, it made it so much easier. But yeah, this packet I'm on of 310 now, they're pretty good, so I can't complain about this. Touch wood. It'll all change.
Okay, so you've got Fantasy Sparkle tray, and I can see you've got your Elizabeth Ward.
Yes, my Elizabeth Ward containers. Oh, but the AliExpress version for us here in Australia. And I have my 2 Faithfuls, my Diamond Art Club pens with the metal places. I've got a 7 placer, a 4, and the single. I'm still getting used to it. I have been using that Putty, but I found that it must be just too humid up here because
from Beckett Creativity Squirrel.
From Creativity Squirrel, and it just sticks and it won't come off onto the glue. It just stays on the placer. So
is that for your single or your multi?
Multi. And in the single, I do have the hard and sticky wax, and that's working wonders from Creativity Squirrel. So I like that one. But yeah, the others I'm really struggling. So I've just gone back to the putty. Oh, not the putty. What is it? The wax. The pink wax.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't had too much of an issue with the putty and my multipliers. I haven't tried the hard and sticky yet. I had tried a hard and sticky in another company, and I found it was too sticky. And again, I don't know whether it's the climate and the weather. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I have to try a few different things.
I even think like some of the glue on this though, I think because it's so old, even though like it sounds like it's sticky, it doesn't really stick to it. So I'm wondering if it's a bit of or it could be user. It could be me. Who knows? I am blonde after all. Could have been called 2 blonde Sheilas.
Maybe we should update our name.
Yeah, I think so.
We have our
very crafty.
Well, I thought I'd try a new tray that I got. Now, this is a D-stash. I'm so hesitant to spend an absolute fortune on international shipping and just the price of the product once you have the conversion rate in there. So I'm kind of cheating, and I'm trying a whole heap of brands through D-stash and then working out which ones I like, and then I would do a genuine purchase.
That's healthy. Trying before you really buy.
Yeah. It just saves a whole heap of cash, doesn't it? I'm just frugal, I suppose. So I'm trying a Firefly tray.
Oh, yes. I've heard of them.
Yes. I love this. This is great. This, I am probably going to do it by myself. I am really, really enjoying this one. So I love the fact that I'm sorry, I've got drills in it, so I'm not going to tip it upside down. But I love the fact that you can actually lift the base. It's sort of like an insert, and you get like different inserts that you can put in. So these ones are like, that's your normal standard one. And then this one is like for more of like your multi-placing.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like that. And then, of course, you've got like your lid. And then, I mean, I don't put my pen in there, but there is a spot that you can have your pen to rest. And then there's like a little truss drill thing that you can sort of pull out. Yeah.
And where are they based? You know?
Sorry?
Where are they based?
They're the US as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm just sorry, I put the cover on so I can tip it. So there's our spout, and on the side, you basically, when you're ready, you pull that and it opens so that you can pour out your drills.
Oh, I love it. That is really so cool.
The only thing I will say is that the funnel thingy, this thing, or whatever it's called, it's really, really loose, which is kind of cool. But it does mean, like, when I shake, I'll see if I can do it properly. Like, when I shake my tray, I don't know if you can hear that and see it. Like, it just keeps flicking in and out. So I've now had to relearn how to shake my tray so that I hold it down. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I have sent a few drills flying. But that's okay. That's a learning curve. And if that's all I got to relearn, hey, that's still a pretty good tray. But it does then lead into the fact of maybe we should have called ourselves the two blonde crafty sheep.
Yes. Two blonde, uncrafty.
Learning
crafty sheep.
We got to laugh at ourselves.
Yeah, I have to. Yep.
Now, we've had a bit going on in the last couple of weeks, and I have to find out. I have to say also, happy anniversary, Loz. I saw on Facebook that you were celebrating an anniversary recently, so congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. It was our 11th wedding anniversary last Saturday. I know, it was a bit scary, wasn't it? And, we went out and just got some takeaway because the kids were being a bit feral, and they're like, oh, they're just painters in the backside. Let's just go get some takeaway early and have an early night. And one of my friends, her parents live out on some acreage not far from me, and it's quite a hilarious story. For my anniversary, her father, they're in their like 70s, maybe early 80s. He fell over out in the paddock and couldn't get up. And now, she lives probably about 40 minutes away. And so she rang me and she's like, please, can you just go out and check and make sure he's all right and get him up and get him into bed? And because this was at like 7:30 at night. And I took my husband with me, and we got out there, and he was drunk.
Oh, no.
Hit the rum so hard. Oh, my goodness. And it was hilarious. And here I am trying to get him up, and my husband will not stop laughing. And I'm like, come on, I just need your help. You got the muscles. Help lift him up. And as soon as we got him up, he's like, whoa, you're a handsome man, to my husband. And I swear, every couple of seconds, he's like, what's your name? Where do you live? Oh, you're a handsome man. That's a good-looking beard. It was just, I'm like, oh, my gosh, I just didn't know. Oh, what a way down our anniversary. It was just, and then so we got him up. I was holding on to him, like, as you do as a nurse, like pull him up into his patio there, and my husband was holding onto the other side, and I was opening the door to help him get up the stairs. Well, my husband let go of him, and he almost fell backwards into the barbecue, and I'm like, no, and I had to like quickly grab him. I'm like, you're definitely not a nurse.
Definitely what you would have needed for like head injury.
Oh yeah. And then got him up the stairs, got him into bed, and he's like, this is the best time I've ever been sent to bed. oh my God, this is, just top my night off. Like, yep, now he's like, what's your name again? Oh, that's a great name, love, and then he's like, and I'm like, tucked him in, turned the light off, said good night, and out of there.
What'd your husband say about it all?
Oh, he just couldn't stop laughing. He just thought it was hilarious. And I said, look, this is us in 40 years.
Yeah, true.
His wife came out and she's like, he asked me to go and get a blanket and a pillow and let him sleep out in the paddock. She's like, man, I wish I did. I'm like, I said to my hubby, I'm like, man, that's so us. 40 years time, you drunk on your rum and me to make you
out
sleep in the paddock. Yep. Oh, it was a great night, I tell you. One I'll remember for a while.
Heck yes. Oh, man. And tell me, you got a new car?
I have, yes. I've got a new Hyundai Kona. Thank you. It's very snazzy. She's quite beautiful. We took it for a drive up to Youngala, up to the national park yesterday, and of course we went out on a dirt road to get to this cafe, which was absolutely amazing. They had a big swing overlooking like all the valley, and it's just gorgeous. So it got very dirty. So I had to give it its first bath today. So
I'm sure you were heartbroken about that.
Yeah, I was. I'm like, keep your feet on the mats. I've never been so pedantic about a car for a long time.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool though.
Yeah.
I have to tell you a funny story though about cars.
Yeah.
I was telling you how we've been looking at getting a new car for me.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh. So I said my husband was going to put it through RemServe so that we could, get some of the tax breaks and things off it and, try and make life a little bit easier for us. So we've been going around in circles, and I got to the stage where it was just getting too hard to make a decision. And I just sort of said to him, look, whatever you think. Like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Just sort something out. And he was like, yeah, righto. So we'd actually test driven. My friend has a one of the Tiguan's from, it was either last year or the year before. So we ended up driving hers because we'd been looking at the Tiguan, and the local team are the rudest, ignorant people we know. And we just didn't want to have to go through them. Like, to put it in perspective, we went in a while ago to do a test drive, and we knew a little bit, we'd done a bit of research. We knew what we wanted. And we walked in, and the sales lady came over to us, and she was like, can I help you? After we'd been there like 5 minutes already. And we said, well, we're looking at this, we wouldn't mind going for a test drive. And she was like, if you really want to.
Oh my God.
So I just looked at my husband, and he just said, nah, we'll be right. Thanks anyway. We walked out.
Yeah, you just lost our business. See ya.
Yeah, really, really rude. So, but we kept looking at it because, we could always go down to Brisbane and buy a Tiguan from down there. It's not the end of the world. So we've still been looking at it. Yeah, I test drove my friend's car. She came around, and I sort of talked to her about things that she liked and she didn't like, and, it was all good. And it's probably fairly close to my current car as far as like the features and things. I'm only going to lose a couple of things compared to, if I went with any of the other brands. Yeah. And so my husband said, look, I think we'll go with the Tiguan. So yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Yeah. So he contacts RemServe, and he says, like, I'm going to go through the whole pre-approval process, because they'd said to him, if you do pre-approval, we're more likely to make a deal on the car because you're approved for your finance. We don't have to go through the paperwork. They're going to be more forthcoming when we go to different places. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Yeah. So he does the paperwork. And then, like, I don't know, a week later, I get a phone call from the local Volkswagen. I was at work, so I couldn't take the call. But I get this missed call message, and I listen to it. And he's like, hi, this is Tom from Volkswagen. Number one, congratulations on your purchase. And secondly, I've got a couple of questions for you. So can you ring me back about your new bike? And so I ended up ringing my husband, and I was like, please explain. Have you done something that I didn't know about? And he said, I told you I was doing paperwork. And I said, you told me you were doing pre-approval paperwork. And he said, oh, yeah, I did that. And then I just signed the contract. Thanks for telling me. bought a new car.
You bought a new car.
Yep. I didn't even know.
I hope you picked a decent colour.
No, well, that was what they wanted to talk to me about, is they were asking about the colour. So I at least got a say in that.
Yeah, that's all right.
But it does mean we've ended up going through the local group. At least the guy that I talked to, he was much more pleasant. But I was going like, really? They're so rude.
I think they do that anyway, don't they? Like it automatically goes to you. Well, from my experience, I've only done it once. But...
Yeah, we've done it a few times, and like generally we've gone local. But when we were looking at the pre-approval, she said we'll definitely look local, and my husband actually said look at Brisbane as well. Like for us, it's no issue going down there. You know, we've got family, we can do a bit of a weekend and all the rest of it. So he was like, that does not exclude. If you get a better price down there, we would do it. And in this particular case, my husband even said, we don't like the local group. They're really rude. But when they came back, they actually did the best price.
Oh, nice. That's handy, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I had a great experience with my local Hyundai. I can't fault them. I do have an issue with the car. Like they installed the dash cams, but there's something wrong with it. Like they can't figure it out. It turns on, it signs in and everything, and then it goes to sleep after about a minute of being on. So they still don't know and haven't told me what's going on, and so that's probably a bit of a bummer. But at least it's not anything major with the car. Like I could still use it. It's just a dash cam, so not really something to complain about. But no, well, congratulations. What colour did you pick?
Well, I ended up going with the new blue. I basically had the choice that I wanted a darker color. I didn't want black, but I wanted a darker color. I really like the grey. So I said originally that I wanted the grey, but they said to me, it won't be available until the end of July. So, okay. And they said, but we could get a blue one in 2 to 3 weeks. So I was like, all right, we'll get the blue one.
Yeah.
So it hasn't arrived yet, but it should be here hopefully by the middle of next month.
Nice. Yeah, I was lucky. Mine was in stock here locally. So the only delay with mine was Maxia. They were just taking their sweet ass time. Yeah, and even like I felt bad for the dealership, and like you're gonna get your money. Like don't freak out. It's coming. It's just gonna take some time, obviously. I've had it for 2 weeks now. 2 weeks tomorrow. So I
can't believe it's already been that long.
I know. I remember when I sent you the photo.
I know. That's what I was just thinking. I was like, oh, wow, that's been a while.
Yeah. Oh no,
like
that's
old news now.
Yeah, it is. What new car?
Hasn't it lost its smell yet?
Yeah, it didn't really have one. But I suppose I've had sinus really bad, so I probably haven't been able to smell it. Okay. But yeah, you can't. There is a smell, but yeah, having my kids.
You can say otherwise, ripped off.
Yeah.
There's nothing like a new car smell to me.
Oh yeah, it wasn't overwhelming, which was nice. Because I know sometimes they can be quite overwhelming, but yeah. Sure. What else has been happening with you?
So I was going to tell you why I went and spent a couple of days with my dad.
Oh yeah.
It was all very, very last minute, so we didn't really sort of make a big thing of it. I actually pulled my son out of kindy for 2 days last week, and that was because my half sister came over from New Zealand.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah. We flew into Brisbane on Sunday night, and they drove up to the sunny coast, and her and her partner stayed there Sunday night and then drove up here on Monday. So by the time she got here, it was quite late, so we had dinner together, and I'd actually talked to my son's kindy teacher and said, this has all been very last minute, but, do you think he's going okay? Can I pull him? Should I leave him? She's only here for 2 days. Do I pull him out for just 1 day or only half a day? How do you think he's doing? And she just had the biggest smile on her face. And she said, if I thought that he was falling behind or if he wasn't able to socialize very well, she said, I'd probably discourage you. I'm pretty sure he can have 2 days off, though. And I said, I'm hearing what you're screaming at me. And she said, yes. She said, very much what I'm screaming at you. I was like, okay. So I pulled him out and we just had a couple of days. I managed to get 2 days off work. So my sister left on Thursday morning. So we did only have Tuesday, Wednesday with her.
But
we drove down to the beach. It was really quick. They've ended up going back down to Brisbane to see some of her partner's family because they live down there. But they're actually flying back home today, Sunday. Okay. So it was only a week trip over to Australia. But it was really good to see her. And we drove down to the beach and we had some time there and showed them around the local sites. And then Wednesday, my sister still had to do an online training. It was only like a 1 hour webinar.
Yeah.
Do that for work. So we just sort of had a lazy house day and we took my son to the park that's behind my dad's house, and had a bit of fun, kicked around the ball. And, while he had his sleep, that was when I was doing my diamond painting and getting the coin, the elusive coin that had to break up my drills.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really good. It was good to see her again, and we didn't get to see her heaps, so.
That's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. So quick trip for that. Oh, and the only other thing I had was we had Mother's Day recently.
Oh, we did. Yes.
How was your Mother's Day?
It was lovely. I think we went in. Oh, I got a story about that too. That's right. We just went in and had a nice lunch in town, and the kids got me some Lego sets for Mother's Day. They just go in and pick one out that they think I'd like, and I got the Hedwig, the owl from Harry Potter. So I've done him, and my daughter, that's what my son picked out. My daughter picked out the roses. So I thought that was lovely. And then we went out to my father-in-law's farm. They was setting up and needed my husband's help to set some things up because they were getting married a couple of days after that. And they have so many things on their farm. Like they've got goats and massive Marima dogs and chickens and geese and there's things everywhere. So the ducks sort of free roam around the place.
Yeah.
Not the ducks, sorry, the chickens. And my kids left our car door open for like not even 10 seconds.
Wait, this is the new car?
No, thank goodness. No, I didn't have it then. Left the car door open for just a couple of seconds. A chicken jumped in and, no joke, laid an egg in my old car. Like, how is that? Like, man, she must have been holding that thing in. She wanted to get in that car and just lay it. I'm like, wow. Like, who else could say they've had a chicken lay an egg in their car?
I have to say that was not what I was prepared for you to say in the car.
It was hilarious. I'm like, my daughter's like, oh my God, it's laid an egg. I'm like, what? Are you sure? And then my new mother-in-law, she walks over and she's like, there's no egg there, and just pushed the chicken out of the car. I'm like, oh yeah, there's an egg. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, we got a nice fresh egg to take home.
That is so funny. I love that.
What a nice Mother's Day. I'm having great days at the moment.
Well, isn't it like, oh no, that's Easter. I was going to say, if it was Easter, isn't it like the sign of new beginnings and things?
She's just a bit late. She's been holding it in for too long.
That's so good.
Now, how about yours? How was your Mother's Day?
Oh, yeah, no, it was really, really nice. And I hope everybody out there in YouTube land has had a really nice Mother's Day. You know, whether you're a mum or you were just celebrating a mum figure in your life, you know, it's still a beautiful day to remember, you know, the strong women in our lives. So
family. Yeah, that's right.
So for us, like I went out to, the kindy had a Mother's Day event on the Friday beforehand. So I've been hearing all about how it's, really important to the kids, especially the kindy. So I said, all right, I arranged that I got the day off work so that I could go. And it was absolutely lovely. But geez, my kid's an independent child. Like I was watching all these other moms or mum figures, because they weren't all mums, but all these other mum figures in the kids' lives. And, they had they basically had it as like a pamper day set up at the school. Oh, so they had like, you could go and have like a little foot bath with like smelly salts, and they had nail polish and hair brushing, and they had like a little make your own biscuit type thing, and make your bead necklace, and all of those things that kids that age can do. And it was so good. And one of the teachers said to my son, "Oh, mate, your mum's always got nice nails. Why don't you do her nails for her?" And I just glared at them. But he got so excited, so I had to sit there. So I managed to hold him to just one hand. And I think I had more on my fingers than I had on my nails. So it was terrible. But he was so proud of the work he did, so I let him go. Oh, my gosh. And then we went in and, my kid, like I said, he's just an independent child. So we went into the area where they had just like your arrowroot biscuits, and they had like a sauce icing, like your liquid icing, and they had like sprinkles and stuff that you could put on there. So it was sort of like a make your own biscuit type thing. And all these other kids around there, and I'm watching them all, and they're all like, "Oh, here, Mum, I made this for you," and like making their mother one. And I sit down at the table, and I've got my son to sit next to me, and he starts making this biscuit and then just eats it. And I was like, "Are you going to make one for me?" "Nah, Mum, you can make yours." Thanks, buddy. Oh, no. So I ate my biscuit after I made it, and then we went around and doing all these other things, and we ended up making a necklace. And again, like all these mums are like holding the string, and the kids are like helping to thread it, so they're making a necklace together. My kid's like, "I made my necklace, Mum. You make yours now." So all these activities I did next to my child, not really with my child. But it was nice.
Really, and yeah, you know what he's like, but still I'd be thinking like, no, we have to do this together. I'd be like trying to hang on to that moment.
Yes, there were a couple of things I did sort of talk him around. There were a couple of things I was like, it's not worth it. It's fine. But my gosh, I was like, yeah, you're a typical little boy. You are. But yes, it was really, really nice. And and he's not very good at secrets. So they had a Mother's Day stall at school.
Yeah.
So even the kindy kids got to go. So we gave him some cash so he could buy it. And it was really good. He brought it home in a little white paper bag and hid it behind his back and said, "Mom, you're not allowed to see it." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. When we get home, you can give it to Dad and you can put it away until Sunday. It's all good." And he didn't tell me anything. And I was like, "Oh, this is great. Like, this is the first time he hasn't ruined the surprise." And my husband rings when he was on his way home to tell us he was on his way. And my son goes, "Oh, Daddy, I have to give you Mummy's Mother's Day present when you come home so you can put it away." And my husband's like, "Oh, yeah, no worries, buddy. We'll put it away for you." He's like, "Yeah, I have to put away the candle." And my husband starts laughing. I was like, "He'd actually kept the secret until then." So I knew what I was getting. It was a really nice candle, I will say.
Oh, lovely.
But I didn't know it was coming, and I got woken up to the fact of I didn't even get it in the box. He didn't wrap it or anything. And when he was coming down to me, my husband gave it to him and said, "Go and give that to Mum and wake her up and say Happy Mother's Day." And as he's walking down the hall, he's obviously taken it out of the box, and so like the box is strewn in the hallway. And he comes in with just the candle in the glass, and he's like shoving it under my face. So I just wake up to this smell, and it's literally like half a centimetre in front of my face. And he's going, Mum, wake up. Happy Mother's Day. Wake up. Here's your candle.
Oh, he's so proud of it, though. That's wonderful.
He was. I'm amazed I didn't get a glass in the face, though. But, no, it was lovely.
Oh, that's good. That's beautiful. I do like it when they're like this at school. But I find just be prepared, like, it gets less and less as they get through the years.
Don't tell me that. He's actually starting to want to be near me.
I know, but like my son, of course, they did a whole heap, made a beautiful card and a little pot for me. I don't know where it is, for my earrings, he told me. But like my daughter's in grade 4 and she didn't do anything. Oh, she did a card, but she forgot about it. And she's like, oh, because I gave you Daddy the Valentine's Day. No, you the Valentine's Day card. I'm going to give the Mother's Day card to Daddy. I'm like, but that's not how it works. I'm like, but I gave him the card because you felt bad that I gave it to you. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. So I'm like, yeah, you can have the Mother's Day card. That's fine.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
so weird. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he'd love to be called Mum. Oh, dear.
Alrighty, have you got anything else? Oh, I did want to point out, I was looking at all the restocks from DAC that came out. Was it the end of last week or over this weekend? I can't even keep up. I've lost track. But they had a heap of new kits that had restocked, and I saw one of them was Easter Bunny Basket, that one that I finished recently.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh,
the
wow.
Susan Wingate one. So if anybody was interested in it, it is one of the ones that I did see got restocked.
No, I think there's so many that I want, but I'm thinking I've got to stop buying from Diamond Art Club. I've got to go into Dream and Design and do something different, but there's nothing there that I want just yet.
Yeah, true. But then you were also looking at the one with the diamond art. You could always try that.
Yes. Oh, I have them in my cart ready to go, but I just
just got to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and I know it's going to be really controversial because the artist that I like does use AI. So it's like, I love the artwork, but she uses it to an extent, but I don't think she uses it like to copy others' work. But I'm thinking, I don't know where I fully stand.
Is it a digital artist or is it an AI artist?
No, she's digital.
Because if it's digital, that's not necessarily AI.
Yeah. No. I just, I think I might need to just do a bit more research into her and make sure I'm doing the right thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But I have noticed, obviously you guys would know, I love Chrisabug. She is just my ultimate. And I'm on her Facebook page, and she's putting out these different versions of Persephone and the goddess of spring. And she's like, I've done this on another thing of how goddesses of Persephone would look in a different season. And, it is just gorgeous. I'm like, please bring it out. Send it off to Diamond Art Club, and so I can get my that in a painting. I'll be just over the moon.
That's true. That'd be so nice.
Oh, yeah. I'm a sucker for her work. Goodness. And then did you notice in the voting, did you do the voting for
Yes.
DAC? They had one of Chrisabug's male paintings.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, and I'm like, yep, I'm voting for that. Wow. They had so many in there. I voted for so many pictures. Oh, my goodness.
I think this is probably one of the least that I've had to vote in.
Really? Yeah.
Well, because think about it, it was a lot more portrait style.
It was. Yeah.
And that's more your
thing. That's why I loved it.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. Sorry about that. My boy just had a bit of an accident outside this afternoon and scratched all up the side of his leg and his hand. He's got some good grazes. So we're just going to have to wrap it up a little bit earlier just so I can go tend to him and cover him up in Band-Aids and and everything. So I apologise if
big cuddles.
I know I feel terrible for him. So yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Thanks for joining in. I'm a bit lost for words now.
That's okay. Thank you everyone for watching. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. We'd love to have that. And please write in the comments and let us know how you're going. And, you know, if there's anything else you'd like to see or hear from us, like some feedback would be really, really good. Or if you're not comfortable doing it as a comment, send us an email. All of our information's in the description below. But otherwise, if you like us, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
It'd be really good to have you follow us along and join in with us when we go on some of our crazy adventures like this.
It's always happening, I tell you.
Now the dog's joining in. Why not?
Yeah, it's that time of day.
Oh, well, thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you all have a really good week, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.